Can I get a motorized door? Hello, viewer. Mm. Oh, damn, I forgot to take out the trash! Oh, it's too fucking late now, bitch. Oops. Oh, shit. Oh, well. Oh, shit. Everything's just going to fuck. Anyway, whoever's watching, I hope you're enjoying this. I am right now coloring in some character designs. I just did this character design not too long ago, and you know, I'm really trying to get gain some speed in this. I took about an hour and a half to do this. So I really hope you guys, you know, enjoy this. Last time my video was actually like copyright, like I got my shit copyrighted, and one of my videos was taken down because I was playing music. So I have music playing really low, and some like pretty, you know, not popular things playing. So yeah, I'm trying to gain some momentum here. So my apologies if I'm being a little quiet. So right now, I'm finishing up what I really want to do. I don't want to spend too much time on these details. I very much so want to get a lot of this done quick. Um, so I'm gonna kind of just go through this real quickly. I want to spend at least a minimum of an hour on this. What is that? Mm. Okay. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna group everything together for now. And put all the color files in one folder and essentially paint over it. I like to say that for now I am generally okay with the way it's turned out color-wise. Again, I didn't want to spend too much time on this, so for now what I'm going to do is go over this, put like a color burn, and see how things come out. Generally, most people who like to do color burns, who are doing linear burns or whatever the case, they like to go with a blue or like a purple. It just kind of gives it a really good hue. For now, I'm gonna go with purple and see how it looks. Maybe just color burn. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this color. As you can see right now, I don't like the way this is coming out right here. It's coming out a little too dark, especially in this area. So a remedy to that is to just lower the opacity of the layer, so that way it can look a little less like blunt. Another thing, something that I do, I don't know if other artists do this, I'm not really up on a lot of artists. I like to have a whole layer, like a base layer at the bottom of the entire drawing that I can easily make a selection of, so that way when I am coloring and painting and doing things like this, it'll be easier for me to make these kind of like quick selections and not have to worry about going out of the line. So, in case any of you were wondering, that is something that I do. I don't know if it's something other people do, but yes. Right now, I got the stiffest shit. Right now, let me see. Right now, again, I'm just kind of going over everything, trying to make everything look nice and fresh. What I did earlier was laying down kind of like the base colors, making sure that everything had a really cool little gradient on it. As you can see, that was something that I spent a good portion of the first part of this live stream doing, was making, you know, the selections to make sure that when it was time to do this, I wouldn't have to worry about certain colors not going the way that I need it to or whatever. Sometimes when you do, just bought something. Sometimes when you're doing, you know, drawings or whatever the case, you know, you need to be able to make sure that, you need to be able to make sure that, like, all the colors are looking good for when you're doing a burn, so that way, like, when you are doing it, it doesn't look off or anything like that. So see right now, I went back and chose the color. Now I'm going to go back and do the color burn and set the opacity down again. I just noticed like a couple little things. So right now, just doing all those gradients and stuff makes it a lot easier to get, you know, these effects without having to really like rack your brain. And sometimes, like, Like some people really don't like to do some of these digital effects, but they really are a lifesaver, you know? Sometimes you want to just not be spending all day on a drawing, and that's kind of what these effects are for. I might go in and do some, what's the word I'm looking for, like effects, go back in and do some effects with some brushes. But overall, I don't want to spend too much time on this. Just trying to make sure that everything is coming out the way that I want it to, and moving on. So, I guess a little backstory about this. This is like a concept character for a comic book idea that I have, where it's set in like a food kingdom, whatever the case may be, and you know, these characters are like three kingdoms that are based off of the like the what's the word? The three main meals of the day, like dinner, breakfast, lunch, or whatever. And it's a very, very loose concept. I wanted it to be kind of like magic, um, you know, kind of like a magical girl version of, I don't know, Game of Thrones or something. So, yeah, this is kind of the concept that I've been playing with in my mind. There's really nothing set. I do have a couple of characters in my head already that I think are pretty cool. So, wow. Okay. This is coming out pretty cool. Liking it so far. Yeah, it's coming out alright. Well, I might go and do even more effects later, but I don't feel too attached to this drawing to really attempt to do more to it, so I'm just gonna get a lot of what I feel is essential down, and then maybe go back and see how I feel about it afterwards. Let's see. I don't know if I really like this purple, but we'll see, I have a couple of other tricks up my sleeve. Side note, I started doing my caricature job. I'm in training right now. It's pretty cool. Just felt like I should keep you guys updated. There's a caricaturing is one of those things where it's like deceptively simple. You would think that it's more complicated, and it can be. There's like levels to it, you know. Um, when I was working and training with Universal, 'cause I was training under Universal for those bitches let me go. They actually were training me for a certain kind of style, and the style was all right, you know, like um, it's very it it's like Tom Richmond. They want everyone to be Tom Richmond there, which isn't bad. Tom Richmond is fucking fantastic and a genius when it comes to fucking character training. Um, but not everyone's fucking Tom Richmond. So there's like a very specific style that they want, and they need everyone to be in there at Universal. So you know, I wasn't able to be that, and I wasn't able to do it enough. Mostly because when I was hired, I was still going to school at the time. They hired me during a time where I was still going to school. So I wasn't able to really train with them the way that I wanted to. And then when summer hit and I did have the availability to train with them some more, I had to leave for a t-shirt competition where I placed, like nationally, I ranked in a t-shirt competition. Side note, I am the second in like a, what is it, Skills USA. I ranked second in t-shirt design, so my shit was flame. But again, this wasn't really like, that wasn't like a convenient time for Universal to have me on with them. So after, oh, this color better. So after they hired me or whatever, they decided that when I came back from, because I had to leave for this competition, they decided when I came back that they no longer wanted to train me. He told me like, oh, I'm just letting you know that we're no longer continuing the training with you because you know, there's just other people that are getting it faster and we need to train them. But you know, if you get back with me in like 2 weeks, I'll be able to like get back with you or whatever. And I was like, oh sweet. So then I did hit him back up, but they just really didn't seem interested in me anymore. It seemed like they just got more people to work for them, and you know, they gave me the runaround and they were like yanking my chain and shit, and it was pretty fucked up. But you know, it is what it is. Like I got training. I'm getting trained at another place. It's a little more chill. It gives me more leg room to kind of like experiment with, you know, character turning and, you know, experiment with my style or whatever. And it's pretty neat. And there's opportunities to grow within the company. So even though I'm not really, I don't see myself doing caricatures forever, it does seem like something that is a good avenue to get money. And you know, I have big dreams, so it's just another step in achieving those dreams. So you know, I'm not upset with it, and I enjoy working there. So hopefully things will go a bit better here than they did at fucking Universal. Yeah, everyone seems to like me there. It's pretty neat. With that being said, it's coming up pretty good. With that being said, yeah, so I'm starting school this year. I'm going again for 3D animation, and like I'm pretty excited. No tea, no shade to my previous teacher, but man, I don't really feel like he taught all that much. Just in general, besides him being kind of new, he was pretty preoccupied with like what's the word I'm looking for? He was doing like he was teaching another avenue, and that didn't really give him time to kind of like focus on my class the way that it deserved to get focused on. And a lot of people in my class didn't really get, the certification that they needed, that they went to school for. I have high hopes for this 3D animation class. I went and I saw some of the kids. I saw some of their work, and it seems pretty promising. I saw some kids who I thought were like not the best, and just what they showed me in general, it was actually pretty good. I'm like, hey, you guys did things, like, that's really good. So I feel like if they can do it, I can do it. So I'm excited about it. 3D animation seems like it's a whole bunch of fun. So there we go. Getting some of this stuff down. And yeah, so I also have an interview for another job soon. So I really am anticipating doing that, and I'll be able to start doing more stuff, like making my Patreon a bit more professional, and being able to invest more in myself as a business. So that'll be fun. Hopefully some of you guys can stick around for that. This came out pretty fucking decent. Pretty honest with you guys. So yeah, hopefully some of you will stick around for that, and that'll be a fun time. Ooh, come on, sword. So, in the comments section, you guys should let me know what you guys want to see me draw, and then I can do it for you guys. Give me a second. I'm going to use the bathroom. He's back. That boy back. Okay, so let me see. I'm gearing to finish up this. I'm not really too preoccupied. I kind of just wanted to do something really quick. So the final thing that I really want to focus on is doing a color dodge. Now, the thing with color dodging is that it can go really well, or it can go really poorly. So in this case, I'm really just going to go over this. Sometimes, I don't want to do white. I feel like, I don't know what colors to use for dodging, because see, it can look really washed out, and that's not really like something I want to achieve. I want to add a bit of color. Oh, that looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna use orange. And when you're doing dodging, I've learned that people really like it when you do like a airbrushy kind of look, because you could do this and just kind of dodge the whole bitch, and that works in certain occasions. That's something that some people really want to achieve. But people really go fucking apeshit for this airbrush style. I'm not gonna lie, it looks good a lot of the time. If done correctly, it looks fucking sweet. All the time though, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Um, but in this instance, I'm just gonna go for it. I think I really enjoy the way it looks, so I'm just gonna. Ooh, doesn't that look cool? This character in particular is supposed to be like she's a waffle warrior. So this is supposed to be like, you know, her hair is supposed to be syrup, and syrup kind of has like a glow to it. It almost looks like gold. So I feel like that little glow is pretty fitting in this case. So I'm gonna leave it. Boop. Boop. Right there. Ooh, that looks great. Damn. People really fucking love the glow dodging. Hold on, y'all. Let me tweet. Alright. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. So, yeah, this character is supposed to be like a warrior. You know, very... She's a waffle. That's like her thing. That's her, what's the word I'm looking for? That's her gimmick. That's her moe point. She's a fucking waffle. Everyone needs a moe point. Just saying. So, damn. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to dodge already yellow areas, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, like I said, people really fucking, they go ape shit for this color burning shit, bro, I'm telling you. I'm not gonna like, I don't every now and again, but goddamn, people are fucking god. It looks so good. It does, I mean, it's one of those like things that make digital art really fun, is these kind of like effects that you can do. And, you know, I can't fucking blame people for liking this shit they like. That's stupid. That's like people blaming me for being gay. Don't be dumb, guys. But shit, I had someone on here, like, going on, like, a homophobic tirade the other day. That shit was wild. People can be pretty ignorant. I wish there was less ignorant people in the world. And, like, I'm not saying that people can't have different opinions, but if you're just telling me that I'm a kind of way for being a kind of way that I can't help, you're ignorant. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And the world would be better if people like that just would either change who they are, which is difficult, or just go away. Like, bitch, no one likes you. Okay. I had my little soapbox moment. My bad, guys. Ooh, this dodging. So voluptuous. Damn. Oh my god. The color dodging just makes you look like a fucking professional artist. That's what the fuck is going on. There we go. That's the shit people like. People like that, like, soft, can't really tell what's going on, but I like it because my eyes are a kind of way. I just like gradients. People love fucking gradients. I'm one of those people. Love them. Love, love, love gradients. They just make your shit look instantly professional. You know? And color dodging and all that other shit. Makes your shit look professional as fuck. You could have like the shittiest drawing, but if your shit is color dodged, then you have that glow effect, bitch. You Picasso. You've become like the internet Picasso. All right. So it's important when doing color dodging to always stay. You see how like there's an area here that doesn't have the it doesn't have that shadow there. It's important to go over that area with the dodge, so that way it's like you can have like a correct light source, and you're like it's always the little things that people do in their drawings that when they're coloring and things like that that make it really stand out, you know, and stuff like that. When people look at drawings inadvertently, whether they realize it or not, is something that their eyes pick up on. And subconsciously, you know, you're kind of like sending these signals to people and they don't know it, just about, you know, like what, you know, like your ability or your talent or whatever the fuck, you know, you make the drawing look more alive is what I'm saying. And it's always something that like, it's something that people who are artists should be more detail oriented when it comes to it. You know, you want to make people feel something when they see your artwork, even if it's character designs or scribbles or whatever the fuck. And adding those little splashes of detail really speak to people, you know, whether you realize it or not. That looks bad. So, just saying. I always think about things like that when I'm doing artwork, you know. Not necessarily like this is going to resonate with people or anything, but whether or not, you know, something is like making sure I have all those little details covered and, you know, all my bases covered and whatever. So, honestly, I'm not really looking to do much with this like now, and let me see how I feel about adding some white. Yeah, I'm not really feeling it. So what I'm going to do now, and lastly, is I'm going to put a gradient over the entire drawing of some random colors that I like. This is something that I do. I don't really know if other people do it. Usually I do it because it yields some pretty interesting results. See, like, that's how it looks now. But when you lower the opacity of it, you end up coming out with these really wicked colors. And that's just one of those things with digital art that I feel like if you can do it, you should do it. And look, it just looks so like crazy and cool, and maybe not these colors. Let's see if it works a different way. Oh, bitch. That's the wrong layer. No, it's not the wrong layer. Whoa. Hold on. What did I do? What did I do? Give me a paper towel. See, like this, if I were to leave that looks too saturated. You can't even see the line work. If I lower it a little bit, and this I lower even more, you can really see like the little touches that it adds. Oh, I see what happened there. Give me a paper towel. Alright, I just realized something, so I'm gonna go here. Can I get this? So you could even leave it like that if you wanted. Me, that's not really my tea, if you will. I prefer kind of having a bit of, I used to color this way, and it's not really something I do anymore. Once I started realizing how like dodging and things like that work, it just looks cool, and it's very like interesting, but it's not really something that I want when looking at this, you know, like leaving these color schemes. Some people would like it, and maybe for certain occasions I would do it like that, but, you know, if anything, I would just change the opacity of this. I like the way that it looks as a linear burn, so I'm going, oh no, where'd it go? So I'm gonna leave it like this. It was really how I enjoyed it. Boop. So again, like another gradient. Bitches love gradients. You should always put more gradients. So I don't like this green. I think the green makes everything look a little washed out. So I'm gonna go for something like a pink, like a really dark pink or something. Dark pinks are like, they kind of give everything this like new millennium like color kind of thing. I also realized that I don't really like how this looks right here, so I'm gonna go back in. Oops. I'm gonna go back in and kind of take some of this dodge out. It's just a little much. There we go. It doesn't look like maple syrup anymore. It just looks like her hair is made of like glow, which is something that people might want sometimes, but not right now. I want it to look like maple syrup because that's what her hair is. It's maple syrup. Boom. Okay, so again, I'm going to try to, sometimes it's just a matter of going in and try to figure out what looks good. Ooh, hold on. Bitch, hold on. I do whatever I want. Damn, I have to wash my clothes. Sorry guys, being an adult sucks. Okay, so with these kind of things, it's always cool to, again, just kind of like have noticeable like color variations and things like that. Something that really gets the eyes, you know, very interested in things. Oh wow, that looks really cool. I'm gonna leave it right about here. Something you could do, this is something I've seen people do, is also make this like a color burn. I don't really feel like this is all that necessary. Some people do, some people don't. I've seen some like manga artists do stuff like this. They try to add like another layer to it. Sometimes I don't really feel like it's all that important, especially since there's so much effect. Sometimes I could just start to look kind of, like, see, this looks pretty cool. Sometimes you don't really want all these effects. It can start to really diminish the drawing after a certain point, and might not be something that you want to do. So, you know, just like sometimes you might have your ear looking like this. That's not really something you want. You know, you want to have something that's clean, good to look at, fun. In general, I think I like this. I don't really want to do more to this. So I'm going to end the live stream and just, you know, give you guys a little signing off. Boop. Okay, so boom. Alright guys, well, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video doesn't get copyrighted. I'd be kind of upset if that happens again. You know, like I want to have music so that way it doesn't, like, these don't get, you know, so boring. So hopefully, you know, I can try to work around that or something, try to find something where it's not boring for either of us. Because sometimes, like right now, there's no music. I'm just like, ugh. Music helps me get in the zone. So whatever. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I have Patreon, I have Twitter, I have whatever the fuck, I have Tumblr. You guys let me know, and hopefully I can try to do more stuff, and I can help you guys, you know, like become like more integrated in this process. Again, I'm kind of new to some of this stuff, so you know, I'm not really too well versed on it. So anyway, here's my signature. I'm gonna put that there. This is where all my social medias are linked, so you know, give me a shout out, see what's up. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Daniel. Peace.